Hey ratbags, a good while ago I showed you what some of the unreleased creatures and bosses may have looked like in Unreal Engine 5. It was a bit of an odd video, but these creatures had long been leaked and supposedly cut content, especially the lizard. We've got that confirmed 100% by Adam Brennicky, the game director of Grounded, saying that it is indeed cut content. So that kind of put that to bed. And we learned that the shed, which was maybe going to be the home of the earwig and the silverfish, was also cut content. We knew about this little guy, the Walt Strider, that had been in the game for a long time, maybe as part of the pond update or next pond update, and that got cut as well. But the Ant Queen was never directly referenced about what actually happened with that, other than they just didn't include it in the 1.0 release. A lot of us were convinced because we'd seen some of the leaked dev build shots showing the Ant Queen armor, or at least the Ant Queen scepter. So, that in mind, obviously we got the trailer yesterday revealed for the Switch and the PlayStation 5 versions of Grounded, which are of course coming, PlayStation 4 in fact as well, and guess what? We spotted that there is indeed an Ant Scepter in the trailer. I was so stoked and happy to finally see what I'd been saying for a good few weeks and felt like should have happened a while ago, that Nintendo and PlayStation were finally getting one of the best games going in Grounded launching. In fact, it was last year I did a video, I'm pretty sure, talking about the idea of the game actually getting a Switch version at least. That was because one of the Microsoft bigwigs was talking about getting more of their games on other platforms. And that was in relation to Activision and Call of Duty. So it's amazing to see that Grounded's coming. And it means that I can make fresh content, be excited about it, and obviously get lots of views from new people coming back. But this is the still screenshots from that Ant Scepter. So, the Ant Scepter is coming back. We presume the Ant Queen will be coming back. Does it mean any of the other cut content is going to actually turn up? Various times I've made my Grounded cut content channel private or not private, depending on how busy it was. I didn't want everything to get lost. But I'm going to make it private again so everyone can see all the stuff over the years in Grounded, what actually did make it and didn't. It's been a while since it's been updated because we data mined, we leaked and found every possible conclusion, every little Easter egg more or less. From mutations that were never used, to lots of voice work that was never added, and of course screens and videos of footage of us taking on things like the lizard, but not the Queen. This was the scrubbed Ant Queen armor sets that never got used. You can see it's very much similar to the Moth gear in terms of shape and style maybe, but with these orbs obviously taking a big precedent. And obviously these were unfinished. And there you go. There's that Ant Scepter. It might have changed colour slightly now. It looks definitely more yellow. But it's exactly the same as the shots we're seeing right here. And here's a render of one of the Grounded characters in that Ant Queen armour set. Now none of that was shown in the trailer. It was literally just that and some mysterious new sword. And again, I covered that yesterday. Probably worth pointing out as well that Scepter didn't do salt damage. A lot of people always wanted a salt staff since we had all the other three elements as the mage type. Instead, it was meant to, I do believe, unless I got this wrong, I've been fed some false info, control actually a pet ant that would obviously spawn in and be basically a summoned creature to fight alongside you. It's pretty much just like the spiderlings do. Hence why this one was very blue. And it does kind of match the colour of the first Scepter, although again the Scepter's changed colour now to yellow, so maybe it will change yellow now, or maybe they've changed plans completely and the Scepter does do something completely different. But I think that's definitely a more fitting weapon and ability from killing the Ant Queen than just some bog standard generic salt damage weapon. So I did miss that Scepter. I was so hyped and excited talking about it. Just like I missed in the first video that I took a look at the trailer on Switch, I missed the fact there was a brand new sword, but I did cover that in the second video. But in case you missed it, here it is. I still think it's a wormhole sword, a sour sword, but you will use a mint to go ahead and craft it. Maybe it can give both fresh, minty, sour damage at once. That's my theory. So from literally 8 months ago to now, I do think the Ant Queen's coming. I think it's all but guaranteed. And is this going to be what's behind the mysterious door? We know that this door does lead to a boss fight. It's been found in the game files. That's what it's labelled as. So my ideas of maybe it leading to big parts of another realm, or maybe some teleportals that could take you to all sorts of different places, trying to utilize some of that technology that's powering playgrounds is maybe a little bit off. Like, I've always believed there would be a boss fight here, but I still hope maybe there is also some way that connects and makes us able to play grounded in a different way. Imagine if it did lead to procedurally generated sandboxes. It's still got the hum around it, and we know that hum transfers into a image though of Wendell. Shout out to Paralyzer for that. Go and watch his video. He's the one that found it first, or got told about it first at least. But basically using some technology, sound wave technology, it's some special kind of sound that literally shows a picture image of Wendell before he's shrunken, before he became obviously what he is, which I won't spoil too much more. But has he hid the Ant Queen behind this door because it was too terrifying and too powerful to have in the backyard? Maybe they've worked on the Ant Queen because it maybe seemed a bit boring, just wailing on a big chunky ant. Maybe they've added maybe more robotic stuff to it. Who knows? But I can't wait to find out, and we are going to find out on April the 16th. Now, is there going to be a PTB beforehand? Unless I've missed it, maybe it was mentioned in Casually Grounded the other day. I have not seen anyone talk about it. I'd be quite surprised if there was a PTB, because it's launching on PlayStation and Switch. They normally have to have parity with the other platforms. So do you really want to be putting out an update for people testing? If there's changes maybe can't get put back onto the PlayStation or Switch version straight away, it might take another couple of weeks after launch. It seems like that's a lot going on just before you're launching a brand new update. I know obviously the mechanical sense of it is you can test stuff better when you've obviously give more time to it, like they always do. And they've pretty much done testing for every single update except the 1.0 release. So I don't think there is going to be a PTB. I don't think we're going to get a chance to play or test out any new content. I think it keeps everything fresh for everyone on launch, making everyone hyped and excited. Obviously, PlayStation and Switch fans have got a lot of content to catch up on. There's so much that obviously could happen with it launching. I think it's going to go turbo. I think it's going to be one of the big PlayStation games of the year, believe it or not. Grounded's had 20 million players play it at some point on Games Pass or Xbox or Steam. And putting this in the hands of PlayStation and Switch owners is going to be great. The one sad thing or fly in the ointment is the port team behind this. Double 11 have got a history of making ports, and they have done some good ones. They have also done some pretty bad ones, notably Rust on console, particularly older gen consoles. While Rust is a complex game for sure, it still wasn't good enough, and it still runs like a slideshow now. They also make their own games in conjunction with others too, but I am a little bit more concerned now. I love Grounded, I'm always going to be there to support it. It doesn't mean I'm going to give them a free pass if the ports end up not being great. I don't imagine that the PlayStation version is going to be bad at all. I think it will definitely be on par with Xbox. Of course it will, they're pretty much the similar or same systems. Whether you play out on the Xbox or the PlayStation, there's not going to be that much difference. But the Switch version, I do expect it to be okay. The Switch is definitely not as powerful as an Xbox One or PS4, but there are lots of ports that have managed to do pretty good jobs, and I expect it to be on par with them. Don't forget it is now 100% confirmed as well, which it was. I don't know why people were trying to say it wasn't. Completely cross-play, cross-progression as well. If you want to play online, you will need a PlayStation Plus subscription, i.e. if you want to join your friends in multiplayer, you're going to have that. And same goes for Nintendo as well. And you will have to sign into a Xbox Microsoft account to go ahead and join your friends. So that's going to pop up when you're playing your PlayStation or on your Switch, just like it does in Minecraft. So there we go, folks. If you want to come join my Discord, I've now made the secrets channel open again. If you want to pour over some of this stuff, I still think they weren't lying. I do think they've scrapped the shed completely. I don't think necessarily we're going to get the lizard, the earwig or the silverfish. I do think we are going to get this Ant Queen boss and one brand new weapon, and that's going to be hidden behind the door, but that's about it. Let me know what you think. Is this what's behind the door? Could there be more to it? As always, I'll be the first to let you guys know. Until next time, and I'll start of my WoW playthrough very soon. Laters.